Good day everyone and welcome to another episode on the RiverStyx server. Today, we've built a brand new tower in the city. What do you think? It's the new tallest tower in our city now. Let's go and have a look at it, if we can. We're all the way up here. All the way to the top. Let's go. Can I land on it? Oh, it wasn't high enough. How tall is it? What do you reckon? Have a guess. The height is 309 blocks tall. A lot bigger than puny Golem Towers over there. Golem Towers doesn't really even look like a tower anymore. So cute, isn't it? So here we are, tallest tower in the city, and now I'm going to tear it down. Let's get back into that time lapse for the intro, and let's get started. All done, and we have demolished the very first tower in our city. It feels good to destroy a tower rather than building one. But that tower had a lifespan of all of around about 10 minutes from the time it was built until it was destroyed. Actually, it was probably less than that. It probably fully survived for about 2 minutes. But it did take like 20 minutes to build and about half an hour to tear down. It was actually quite significant. But here's what we got out of it. So we got a ton of iron, which, as you know, we don't really need iron. But I actually want these for the raw blocks. Same as the gold nuggets and the gold over here. We're going to turn them into raw blocks because I want to use them later on. We've got a little bit more copper, which is good. And then we've got some diamonds, 26 diamonds. Can't be mad at that. Plenty of coal. I'm always running out of coal, so this is going to be really helpful. And a little bit of redstone, a little bit of quartz. Nothing crazy there, but still pretty good. So let's pack that up. Let's go grab a crafting bench, and we'll pack all this into its raw form. So now that we've compressed that all down, we've got almost 4 stacks of iron blocks, like the raw iron blocks. I'm actually quite happy with that. They're the main ones I want. We've got like almost basically a double chest of coal out of all that. So this is all pretty good. I didn't bundle up the quartz or the diamonds because I figured that I'd rather have those loose. So let's just pick all these up. I don't have enough inventory space, do I? That's okay. I'll come back for the rest in just a moment. All right, all done. Now I've put it away, and you'll notice that we've got basically 9.5 stacks of raw iron, which is fantastic. We've got just over a stack of gold. To be honest with you, I don't really have any use for that at the moment, but I'm sure I'll come up with something. Now, if we come into the ores chest, this is actually pretty full. That's why we broke it all down today. I haven't done the emerald ore or the lapis ore. We don't get a whole lot of that. We don't really have a huge need for once they're broken down. We don't really get anything decent out of them. So I've left them there because I actually quite like them in their ore form, and particularly in the deep slate versions. I've chucked the copper in a couple of the furnaces, so they'll chug away down here and give us some more copper. And then I've chucked the rest of the stuff in their chest, so you can see we've got a ton of coal at the moment, which is fantastic, and we're good to go. All right, so let's head over to back over to the construction site, and let's get these bricks unloaded from the last episode. Is that a phone? Has someone lost their iPhone? Let's have a look. Hello?
Hi, is this him?
Yeah. Who's this?
I'm the truck driver with your forklift.
Oh, hey. How are you? It's good to hear from you.
There's been a bit of a delay, and your forklifts aren't coming today.
What do you mean they're not coming today?
Well, the truck broke down, and unfortunately you're not going to get your forklifts today.
But I need these forklifts, because I can't unload these bricks from the trucks if I don't have a forklift.
Too bad, so sad.
Oh, okay then. So, when are these forklifts going to come?
They should be there by the next episode.
Great. I guess I'll see them in the next episode then. Thanks. Bye.
Bye!
Oh, can you believe it? The forklifts aren't coming today. So we can't do any more work in the construction site because if we can't unload the bricks, we can't do any more. Now, I don't know about you guys. I saw a sign when I was coming in, some stuff down here. What is this? Do you truly see the world? The world to some, the world to others. Do you really see, do you truly see the world to some, the world to others? What does that mean? Right. Okay then. We'll figure that one out later. I can't sleep in that bed the way you guys have done it. Alright, what else has changed around here? Oh, hell, what's this? That scared the bejesus out of me. Oh, that's really bad. Okay. What's the purpose of action? Good, bad, or ugly? What is the purpose of action? Good, bad, or ugly? I mean, first of all, you're only ugly to those who believe so. I think you're beautiful, okay? And you're not bad. You don't have to be bad. You can be good. And yeah, you're just bad. You're not. You're evil. You're pure evil. All right. What is the purpose of action? I don't know. I mean, actions have consequences, right? So maybe the purpose of action is consequences. I don't know. I don't know. All right. There's got to be more stuff. All right. This is okay. Let's have some fun here. Let's have a look around. Go back down. Oh, hang on, there's a sign, I found one. I have no room to be cryptic here. Yep, that's correct. There is absolutely no room. Hang on. Nothing there. Okay, yeah, I can't do anything. Is there anything over the top? No, there's nothing in there. There can't be anything in there. I have no room to be cryptic here. Is anything named? Nope. Okay. Let's close that. I have no room to be cryptic here. What does that mean? Hello, Mr. Zombie Man. Alright, underneath here, is there anything? No, the rails, they're all clean. The hook is clean. The iron's clean. Oh, you poor man. See, this is why we wear a hard hat. This is why we wear hard hats. Oh, I haven't checked the bathrooms. Let's go check the bathrooms. I can't go in there. I'm not a lady. Nothing in there's a bed. Why is there a bed in the bathroom? Who's sleeping in the men's room? The ladies? The lady? Oh. Someone forgot to flush? Anyone? You forgot to flush? I'm gonna pretend that I didn't see that. Alright, so what have we got there? So there's no room to be cryptic up here. Over here there was, do you truly see the world? Do you truly see the world? The world to some, the world to others. And what is the purpose of action? Good, bad, or ugly? Interesting. I can honestly say I don't have a clue what that's about. But I have actually seen one other sign, which is down here in my basement. You are going to miss this. Do you guys know what that is? That's my first What? What? I literally just tapped that where my diamond sits. You are going to miss this. What does this say? Your first diamond is gone. The first of your success is wiped away. The rest of the others will fade away soon. The fifth and the fourth are coming. Do not be negative about this. The future is coming. And there's 4 more pages. Let's see what the next page says. 77 are left, counting down. First off, the second target is not a target. You skipped 0. Third, do not forget that you are under investigation for treason. I'm under investigation for treason? What have I done? Do not make the same mistake as before. Leaving those papers with the missing notice was one of the biggest mistakes anyone has made. I've got no idea what any of this means. Oh my goodness, this is so much fun. Do you think that the target will be able to figure out the code? We don't even tell him that the coordinates of the diamond are in the notes. And the final page, no, and stop writing or I will send you to the graveyard alive. You know what happens then. I have no idea what happens then. I have no idea what this means. I don't even know who's done this, but whoever it is, thank you. This is so much fun. All right, so this is some sort of riddle. So let's try and think about this. Okay, so over, where was it? It was here. We don't even tell them the coordinates of the diamonds are in the notes. I think these are the notes, right? That's my guess. So if we were to sort of guess that, the first diamond is gone. The first of your success is wiped away. The rest will fade away soon. The fifth and the fourth are coming. The fifth and the fourth. Okay, so the fifth and the fourth numbers are coming, maybe? Maybe he hasn't told me the fifth and fourth numbers. But coordinates could have an endless amount of numbers, so we can't really use that. Do not be negative about this. Okay, so he's telling me it's not a negative. Hang on. The first of your success is wiped away. I wonder what that could mean. The rest of the others will fade away soon. I'm not quite sure what that means. The fifth and the fourth are coming. Do not be negative about this. So it's a positive number. That's what I'm thinking. 77 are left, counting down. So I'm thinking I need to go 77 to the left, counting down. Now let's have a look. Does my... Okay. Even if I go this way, there's a boat at my feet. Where did that boat come from? No, seriously. Guys, that boat wasn't there when I got here, right? It's just called an oak boat. Okay, okay. So, there is... Alright, let's go back to the book. Alright, first off, the second target. Let's assume that that's the Y coordinate. Second target is not a target. You skipped 0. Third, do not forget that you are under investigation for treason. Alright, I'm thinking we start in the graveyard. We'll send you to the graveyard alive. You know what happens then. So, I think that we need to head over to the graveyard. Alright, I have been running around this graveyard now for about half an hour, trying to find anything that's different. It says buried alive, so my first thoughts were that maybe one of these tombstones had changed and there'd be something underneath the tombstones. There's no way I'm digging up every one of these tombstones to find out if there's something under them. So I thought maybe there was that, and I thought maybe it had something to do with the horses. We got Montgomery there. This one doesn't have a name, and this one doesn't have a name either. So I thought maybe they would have something written on them. I saw a sign here. I was like, yes, but then it just says here lines Jonah Finn killed by Norma, which which is quite funny. It's actually quite hilarious, but it doesn't really help us. Then I sort of came through and I had a look through all the mausoleums and things like that around here, and I still couldn't find anything. Now I had a look at or I tried as hard as I could at least to have a look at all of the Vindicators while getting attacked by all these guys. They don't seem to be named at all, and I'm almost dead. Let's try again. Alright, I got my stuff back. Gonna hide from the Vindicators. Put my stuff back on. Oh, okay. Just like nothing happened. Yes, so as I was trying to say, I've gone up nice and close with almost dying several times. That was actually the first death. But I have had a bit of a look around, and simply put, yeah, none of them have been renamed or anything like that, because they're the only things that I know of that are actually buried alive inside the cemetery. I thought maybe there's a different coloured tombstone or something like that. Maybe there's one made out of a different block. Nope, no changes that I can see. I even thought Billy Bob Turkey was on. I had a chat with her and asked her what her opinion was, and she said that in the book we've got this line right here, 77 are left, counting down, right? 77 are left, counting down. I think I know what that means. So Billy was thinking maybe it meant that this is at Y level 77, and it said, you know, don't be negative about this. So we thought, okay, this is 76. So we thought maybe it's got something to do with one of these ones on level 77. So we had a really good look. Billy came, she helped me as well. She was getting attacked by Vexus. I was getting attacked by Vexus. It was lots of fun. And we're going to get more attacks shortly. In fact, she even beat one and put it here. but still no luck. Now I'm thinking maybe that 77 left actually means that there's 77 left until you hit bedrock. Could be. Maybe that's all it is. So maybe it's if we dig straight down. I didn't even check for the cars. Oof, I'm a rebel. So let's head back into the basement. So what I'm thinking now is maybe 77 left is as simple as this, right? Right here we're y equals 11. Okay. If we go up 2 steps, 1, 2, we're y equals 13. All right. Now the world now goes to -64, which puts us at +13. So that could be another thing to consider. But again, it's quite a large area to cover, and even in the graveyard, that's still quite a large area. And I don't think the graveyard, I think the graveyard is more of a misdirection, if I'm being completely honest with you. All right, I'm completely stumped on this, guys. Now, if you go back in the video, you'll be able to read the whole thing. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the book back in this item frame, all right, so I can just punch it, and it will pop out of the item frame from behind the sign. All right, now, I'm going to leave it there so I know exactly where it is. So I want you all to put your thinking caps on and try and figure this one out for me. All right, tell me if you've got any ideas. Let me know down in the comments if you have any ideas at all, and we'll investigate those in the next episode. Hopefully we'll find some more clues in this episode or maybe the next. Who knows? But for now, let's go get some building done. All right, so I'm over here at the blast chambers. So we've got the tree farm up here, which you guys have seen. We've also got the cobblestone generator, which I improved slightly so it can do basalt as well. We have tons of cobblestone and basalt, so we don't really need it. Although I may leave it running while I'm out in this area. It might not be a bad idea. Up here we've got the concrete converter. And down the bottom, we have these wonderful high-tech storage systems that, don't they just look handsome? Once we get enough of either the trees or the cobblestone or whatever, the blast chamber at the top will trigger like that. You'll see the items drop down. Boom, 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 look at all that. All right, there's a little bit of log in there as well, that's fine. And then it sort of goes around in circles, and you'll see him come back around here in a second. There they are. And they do a second run, and then they go back through the hoppers, and they just keep sorting as they go. And they just keep filling up these chests over here, which, as you can see, we've got cobblestone for days, but it's not quite full, so we might as well just leave it running while we're in the area. What we're going to do right now is we're going to start building up a bit of a storage room for these two parts of the building. Now, if we stand back here, because this is the last building that we haven't actually put a building around. The last set of farms in this area that we haven't put a building around. If we stand back here, you can see we've got this such a big, ugly the tree farm and the blast chamber and all the rest of that. But if you come over this side and you look through, you can see all of it's connected. So there's not really a way to build, 3 individual towers here and things like that. I probably could have planned that out a little bit better. So this is going to have to be quite an enormous building. But for now, all I want to do is work out some interior stuff. So we're going to start off with a little bit of a storage room here, a little bit of a storage room there. And then what we've got to do is up here, where we come to trigger everything, I want to have a platform. At the moment, I literally have a dirt staircase. A dirt staircase that leads us up here. If I want to get saplings, I have to sort of just fly across and land over here, open up the chest, and grab the saplings I need. And then to trigger it, I then have to sort of glide over and land back on here. Whoops. And climb back up here, turn the machine on. Dirt is not going to cut it. It's very clunky. I need a place to get to the storage of the saplings. I need a way that I can get to the switch and the button over here, as well as a way to get up there to do the concrete conversions. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to just work on a bit of an interior idea, starting with this storage room over here, while explosions happen above our head. So let me just show you what I've got planned. These are our blocks that we're going to be using. And the plan here is pretty much going to be something along the lines of, in the corner, you can see I've already marked out a bit of a shape over here. So we're going to have a bit of a shape with some background on it, like that. All right, we're going to cut out these blocks because they don't need to actually be there. And we're going to pretty much just surround this like so. So rather than getting a huge amount of these blocks, we're only going to get a small amount. And then we're going to have some quartz blocks over on these edges, followed by some quartz over on these edges, and capping it back off with a bit of copper. So it looks a bit like that. Maybe we'll get rid of these ones for now and see how that looks. I think that looks a bit cleaner. Obviously, we need to fill out this floor, but we'll have that going pretty much all the way up on all 4 sides, and that'll be our corners. I think that's good. I think that's got a nice little look to it. So let's get that done, and I'll be right back. All right, all done. Now, all right, all done. Now, before I show you the result, I just need to make a very quick apology. I've just realized that previous clip I just recorded had my stream overlays on top of it. That should never have happened. I do apologize. Unfortunately, there's not really much I can do about that now, other than just tear down everything I've just built and re-record that previous clip, which I just don't have enough time to do, sadly. Otherwise, believe me, I would. In fact, I've done that sort of stuff before. So hopefully you can forgive me. But for now, let's have a look at what I've already created right now. So this is going to be the inside of the storage room. I'm absolutely loving the way this place looks. I think it looks really good so far. Still so much work to do. Obviously, we can't have grass on the floor, and we currently don't even have a roof on this place. So it does look pretty bad. But we're going to get to that very shortly. So let's start with the roof. So what I'm thinking for the roof is if we stick a 4-sided spruce log there, and we come out this way, and then we stick a 4-sided spruce log there and come out this way. And you notice I'm using them sensor hopper. I'm trying to keep it all centered so that when they come together, boom, that's the dead center. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a 4-sided log on top. So let's get rid of this little scaffolding platform here and do the rest of it from above. Oh, and I should mention, I put this little sissy bar here because there's too many mobs coming through and trying to attack me while I was building this thing. So I thought I'll put the little sissy bar, that'll protect me. All right, up above. The world's so high. Like a diamond in the sky. No. All right, so let's start by stripping all this wood because it's going to look a lot better if we can strip it all. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to put a ring all the way around the outside with spruce planks. We're going to stick a glowstone in the corner here. And there's going to be a glowstone right here. Going to be a glowstone right here. And then we can fill the middle bit here all up with planks. And that one there should also be a glowstone. Yep, done. Perfect. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the spruce logs here. And we're going to be placing them here, all stripped ones. I've actually pre-stripped some for us. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll do for now. Let's get rid of that one because that shouldn't be there. Alright, more planks here and here. Same thing on this side. And then we need another 4-sided log in this corner. I'm going to have to try and see if I can somehow get in here. So that there will be one corner of the roof. So I'm going to do the last 4 corners of this. Don't worry about the waterline. I know the waterline isn't centered because it didn't have to go any further out. But this will be centered for the whole thing. And once I've finished doing all 4 sides, I'll be right back. Alright, so that's the roof all done. Now we've got to cover up these little gaps here because we can still see all the hoppers, which look ugly. So what I'm going to do, I'm just basically continue what we've got in this middle section here with the quartz and deep slate tiles. So if I pop over here real quick, I'll give you an idea. So because we want to have we want to be able to still access these top chests. So we're going to put by using slabs, we can still open them. Now if we put quartz blocks behind, we're not going to be able to open them anymore. So if we put these quartz slabs, we can still open all the chests just fine. And it doesn't affect how the whole thing works overall. So if I then put another row, say there, at least from this point of view, it still looks like it's still complete. All looks the way, it still looks uniform with the rest of it, and it looks quite nice. And more importantly, we can still open all the top chests. So I'll do the rest of these, and I'll be right back. There you go, much better. It looks a lot more finished off now. Now bearing in mind, we are going to be looking at this room from one more block up, because this will be the floor, but as you can see that little bit of white along the top. So let's get the floor in now. Now what I'm thinking for the floor, since this is primarily a wood farm, let's stick with, I think, the wood theme. And let's grab a couple of stacks of the birch logs. So I'm thinking maybe we just do like a bit of a checker pattern. And that all we need to do for that is just pretty much just check it out this way and go boom, 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 boom. And again this way. And we just sort of keep going back and forth like that. Then we can come through at the end, we'll strip it all down, and it'll look something like this. And once we're done, we'll sort of figure out if we need any lighting on the floor here, and we'll figure out a creative way of doing that. So I'll get this floor done, and I'll be right back. Alright, so that's almost finished now. I like the floor. I think the floor brings a bit of a brightness to us. If we go to the dead center of the room, this is the darkest point. We can see that the client light level, if you're looking up here where my mouse is, you've got client light, and it's got block is 5, so that means the light level is 5. If we keep watching that as I walk around the room, you notice it doesn't go below that. Like that is literally the darkest point of the room, dead center, right here. So that's the darkest block, but anything under 0, it has to be 0 for mobs to spawn, which pretty much means this is still mob free, and I don't think that we need any more lighting in here. I think the roof lighting is good enough to light up the whole area. Now, one thing I don't like is that we can see all the way through here, out to the back. It looks a bit, like looking out, it looks like a nice clean room until you notice that you can still see the sky and the fields behind. So what I've done is I've just grabbed some grey wool, and all I'm going to do, or I'm going to try this first. We'll see how it looks. We'll start on this side, I think, and we'll just basically cover up the back of all the hoppers with some wool, and we'll see how they look once it's finished. There's not much I can do about those torches because those torches have to be visible still. So I'll do that on all of these, and let's have a quick look. Alright, so if we look at this, looking through this one now, yeah, it just sort of shows greyness in the back, so you can't really distinguish that much between the hoppers and the background, and that's more what I was looking for. Just so that way when you are looking through, there's no sort of, different colours like this one here where you can see all the different colours behind it. So let's do that for the rest, and I'll be right back. Alright, so that's done on all sides now. Now what, last thing I want to do is just in each of these corners, I'm going to put a flower pot with a dead bush and a bit of moss over it. And I think that looks like a nice little pot plant just sort of sitting in the corner. And it just helps us to sort of, give it a bit more colour, a bit more depth. And I don't know, I just think it looks a bit nicer. Helps break things up a little bit and gives us something a bit nicer to look at. So there's the last one there. Yeah, see, it looks a bit nicer. We could even possibly, if we really wanted to, add a second bit of moss to the top of that, but I think that's pretty good how it is. Just a tiny little tree in the corner. Alright, I decided to just move them out a little bit from the corner so they're not right in the corner, and that just gives them a bit more depth as well. And that just adds a bit more to it, so it's not such a boring room, and all the rest of that stuff. And finally, I'm going to just swap out that middle block, that darker block, with a crafting table, and I'm going to put a birch pressure plate over it just so it's not so obvious. But it just it actually does give the room a center, and it just means that when we are coming in here to do stuff, if we need to craft something out of, say, the cobblestone or things like that, we've got access to a crafting table. So that is all done for this room. Now let's do the exact same thing over here for this. We'll create something, basically a single side of it over here. Same sort of shape around the edges, around this side, and around this side. And we'll have a flat wall on the back here, and that way, because they're the same sort of building, they're all good, and then we'll find a way to connect them at the end. Alright, and now this side is done also, so you'll notice the same sort of idea, same sort of pattern. We've got the lights. I did this on this side as well. I actually added the sea lanterns underneath the lights, and I also got rid of the crafting table, because I figured, you know what, I don't really need a crafting table on there. But basically, yeah, I thought I'll add some sea lanterns underneath the lights. And then I've done a couple in the middle of the room here just to light it up, just so it's that little bit brighter. So we have here exactly the same as what we have on the other side. I still have to put the wall on the back of there. I've just realised that I forgot to do that. I'll get to that in a moment. But this is all finished. So we've got the same patterns in the corner here. From there to there is identical to the other room. We've even got the flower pots and all the rest of that stuff. This is where all the concrete storage comes down. But of course there's nothing in there at the moment because I haven't converted anything for a little while. This does have a 2-block center, so I had to double up the lights in the center bit here. So it's a slight redesign on the roof. And then over on this wall, pardon me. And over on this wall, we've just got, a bit of honey and sort of got the same sort of theme, just in a bit of a flatter sort of, rather than going around the corner. It's more of a flatter wall, so I thought that looked quite nice. Now we step out here, you notice we've got the same sort of floor to connect the two storage rooms, because obviously it's all connected. I've just put this over here. Obviously, there's no backing to this yet because I still need to figure out how this is all going to connect up to the top there, and of course up to there and up to there. So there's quite a lot of additional connections that need to go on. But until I figure that out, I'm just going to leave it like that, and then maybe in a future episode, we'll come back here and we'll basically build out a room here with staircases and all the rest of that stuff that take us up. Maybe even we might even use like bubble elevators for ones like this one over here because it is so high. And yeah, we'll get all that going, and it'll have easy access to everything, and then we can put a giant tower around the whole thing. But that is sadly all that I have time for today. So if you really did like the video and if you like my builds, please make sure to hit that like button. And if you do, and if you're not already subscribed, please make sure to subscribe before you leave if you want to see more content just like this. But other than that, I will have to go. You're in my way again, buddy. I have to go, and I will see you all in the next one. See you later.